The top one or the bottom one? The bottom one, okay. So I'm going to take this. I want the C's to have the same number in front. They already have the same number. That's just 1. But I want them to have opposite signs. So I'm going to multiply by -1. Yeah? That goes to every single number here. Even that red number 2. Okay? So really what I have is the original, number 1. I'm just copying down the first equation. Sorry, number 1. 9a minus 3b plus c. And then negative number 2. Some people might get confused. But negative number 2, that's just this except for with a negative sign, right? Is that okay that I'm doing that? Okay. And then I have negative a, positive b, and negative c. And then I add them together. This part I'll do in my calculator. And I'll show you how to do that. So, what is 9a plus a negative a? 8a. 8a. Negative 3b plus b? Negative 2b. And the c's cancel out. Now I need to do this part. Number 1 is simply 4.7461 blah 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 blah. I'm going to do that in my calculator. And I have minus number 2. So I'm just going to do this number minus this number. Yeah? If this was already negative, then this negative would change it back to positive, right? Do we understand that? Okay. So, I'm going to call, well actually, for the first time, I'll write down this actual number. I'm going to do it in my calculator. I need to see my two numbers. It's going to be this one. You can't see that. This one, and then minus this one. So I'll just do that, and I'm going to pause the video. So here, I did it in my calculator. I just did the first number minus the second number. That was 3.0942928448403. Remember, you should not round like in the middle of your calculations. Only round at the very, very end. So you're going to keep all of them. It's tedious, but you're going to keep all of them. And I'm going to call this number 4. That way the next time I write it, I don't have to write down the whole thing. Do you understand this? You do the same thing with this side. I'm going to do that real quick. Actually, what do you notice on this one? The b's cancel out. Can we cancel them out? No, we can't. Why not? Yeah, we already chose to cancel out c here, so we must cancel out c here. If I thought ahead, I probably would have canceled out the b's because that would have been easier. So this one, I'll cancel out the c's, get 2 new equations, and then I'll cancel out one of the other letters, and I'll solve. I'll leave the rest for during my prep. So next, what we can do is eliminate stuff here. I think I already mentioned it, but I can't remember if I did or not because I paused it and it took a long time to get back. So, remember we cannot get rid of the b's here because we already decided to get rid of the c's here. So, remember I have to get rid of the same variable here and here. So, I have to get rid of the c's, which means, might as well, actually, I'll just multiply the second one by a -1. It doesn't matter, actually, but we'll see what happens. I think this is good to show this. So, and remember, you distribute it to all 4 of the numbers. So, I just get my first equation. That stays the same. So, I just copy that down, and there it is. My second equation will become a negative number 3. So, whatever that is, I have to change it. And then I have, negative 1a, or just negative a. Then I have negative b Ooh, the A's cancel out as well. That got lucky. And I have negative C, right? Negative C. So now I can add these together. Oh, this is very lucky. Sometimes it won't happen this way, but let's see. So the C's cancel out. I get negative 2B. The A's also cancel out. So that's nice. So that goes away. And then, okay. And then equals, well, here I have to take number 2, which is this one. I'll put that in my calculator. And then I have to take number 3 and make it negative, but it's already negative. So if I do a negative, then I get a positive. So really, what this green negative does is makes this into a positive. So it's really this plus the positive version of that. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's going to be my number, I guess, number 5, right? So I'll actually write it down, though. And my calculator gives me 4.318429646. But since I only have this negative 2b, since I only have this, I can actually solve for b right away. So, whoops, redo. I can actually divide by negative 2, and then that gives me b. If I divide by negative 2, b then is, well, I still have this in my calculator, so I'll just hit divide by negative 2. And that gives me b, which is negative 2.159214823. Remember, you don't want to round until you've gotten your final answer at the very, very, very end after you got the zeros. So I'm not going to round that at all. So there we go. I have that. And now I can, well, I can plug this in here and get A. Once I have A and B, I can plug it into any one of the originals and get C. But let's